Hello, beautiful people. I'm Darius Dager. Hopefully this thing is working and you can hear me. Because I'm going to play you some tunes. I'm the last one in the Sequester Fest lineup for the weekend. So I just want to say thanks to everyone who's played before, and I'll be closing things out. Hopefully, hope you'll enjoy the songs. Gonna be so right. We were gonna be like wolves that made for life. Now we're clinging on to a thing, holding on to times that won't be back again. You can't fight the wind, you can't keep the waves from rolling in. The never-ending days of change remain. It might have been a poetic thing. We were gonna grow like branches intermingling. It might have been a family tree. Now I see the leaves turning brown so quickly. Fight the wind, you can't keep the waves from rolling in. You can't hold the rain, the never-ending days of change remain. The hurricanes are lining up in the east. The fires are roaring through like a beast. Book of changes says a 6 is a 9. Well, it just might be the times. Talk about the best laid plans, developed in the mind but the heart don't understand. Don't be thinking what might have been. You're packing up your bag for the journey that's coming. You can't fight the wind, you can't keep the waves from rolling in. The never-ending days of change remain. You can't fight the wind, you can't keep the waves from rolling in. You can't hold the rain, the never-ending days of change remain. Well, so that was called Days of Change. And it's a fairly new one. That one meaning sometime in the last couple of years. Next one I want to do is from my 11-story strum album from a few years ago. It's called Equinox Light. I think I like to sing this song every springtime. I wrote it right around the vernal equinox. You know, equinoxes are a special moment, it seems to me, because solstices also, but I love the mathematics involved in oh, my connection was unstable. I'm unstable, that's probably why. Anyway, I love the astronomy involved with the equinoxes, and it seems to me that at that time of year, I often notice when it's right around, you know, maybe an actual equinox, vernal equinox, happens in the fall too for the autumnal equinox, but I'll notice a kind of change in the light where because the light's coming in at a different angle that time of year, sunlight, and there's a kind of just a change, a kind of a glow that seems to happen right around the equinoxes. So anyway, this song is called Equinox Light. Something's changed since the tangles of yesterday. There's a change, some new math at play. Look out there, that shimmer is new. It wasn't there to swear on yesterday's blue. No longer out of balance, I guess I'm gonna be alright. Must be the equinox light. The equinox light. Till today, it's like things were polarized. Equilibrium in these skies. Something's changed, you can see it there on the tide. And in the direction of the black crow's flight. No longer out of balance, I guess I'm gonna be alright. Must be the equinox light. The equinox light. It's like a sea change, you know, a groundswell coming in. It's where you're going to, it's not where you've been. It's like night and day, but I can't put my finger on it. This new astronomy has caused a little shift. Yeah, there's been a tilt, and things have equalized. These new reflections have materialized. No longer out of balance, I guess I'm gonna be alright. Must be the equinox light. The equinox light. The equinox light. The equinox light. Yeah. Well, there was going to be a harp solo in that one, but Yeah, I forgot to put on the harp on the right key, so. Ha! So you got that little ad-lib vocal solo instead. I hope you're all doing well tonight, having fun. So you enjoying your pandemic? I'm actually finding a lot of things that I like about it. Tuning isn't one of them, but it just seems like there's a lot of bird song. You notice that? You hear a lot of birds. I've started noticing birds, like right around my house. We've got these baby owls in the tree right behind us, and we've got these orioles have shown up, these bright yellow orange orioles. Goddamn woodpeckers too. We got woodpeckers. I don't remember there being woodpeckers around here. Fantastic. So I'm looking around at the birds and listening to them, and it's a great thing. And you know, the pandemic may be partially responsible. Fewer cars, fewer, less noise disturbing the birds and such. This one's called Somehow I'm Fine. Ice caps melting faster than before. Rising waters are lapping at my door. Some folks never get a drop of rain. Others get tornadoes and hurricanes. I'm seeing all the signs. We're living in troubled times, but with you here by my side, somehow I'm fine. Piles of plastic swirling on the seas. Gonna be a vector of disease. Pestilence and famine on the rise. Acid rain is falling from the skies. Yeah, I know I'm next in line. We're living in troubled times, but with you here by my side, somehow I'm fine. Somehow I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. Well, the experts say the big one's gonna come to brace yourselves for pandemonium. If the comet or tsunami doesn't kill, you know the coronavirus surely will. I'm seeing all the signs. I'm living in troubled times, but with you here by my side, somehow I'm fine. Somehow I'm fine. Yeah, so that was like, I guess, a kind of a cheerful song about utter catastrophe. But you know, I stand by it. You know, if you're with the right people, everything's probably going to be okay in one way or another, somehow. I didn't make any signs or anything to show, like, directing you to my website or anything, so just remember I'm Darius Dager. That's right. That's what I keep telling myself. Just remember you're Darius Dager. And some days I am. Some days I'm someone else, though, you know. Identity's a funny thing. This is the most recent record I've made as a solo record. 11-Story Strum. This next song is also on 11-Story Strum. This is a song, it's called Burger King on the Interstate. This song was inspired by a Joyce Carol Oates short story called Where Are You Going? Where Have You Been? You read that story, it's really creepy. It's actually based on the true story of how this psychopathic murderer lures, starts hanging around with this teenage girl. It's in Phoenix or Scottsdale, Arizona, I think is where it happened. And he manages to lure her out, into his car and takes her away and kills her. And so in other words, it's another cheerful song. But this is kind of a take on that one, on that idea. And the last line in that short story is, she says, I think it's that, it's in the first person. She says, the girl who's about to be abducted, I looked out at the endless ground that I would be going to. And you'll see, as you'll notice, I've borrowed that line for the closing line of this song too. Burger King on the Interstate. If I can remember how to play it. Ah, yes. At a Burger King by the interstate, she took my order patiently. Despite the midnight highway rush and her little pin and red trainee, I was sitting there eating my Whopper and fries, thinking about heart attacks, when I saw her blue eyelinered eyes at the counter staring back. Fluorescent lights hum in her eyes, tunneling the world in slow motion. She reached out to me, and I followed her. We sat on plastic yellow chairs laughed at a passing hearse. She said her love would bury me, that I would be her first. Fluorescent lights hum in her eyes, tunneling the world in slow motion. She reached out to me, and I followed her. In a parking lot by an underpass, my suitcase looked so blue. I looked out at the endless ground that I'd be going to. Fluorescent lights hum in her eyes, tunneling the world in slow motion. She reached out to me, and I followed her. Jesus, I mean, I didn't really think about this when I planned this set, but these are all pretty depressing songs here at the beginning. I'm going to get to some happier songs, I guarantee it. So don't run away. Don't get squeamish on me here. Just because this next song is called There Is No Cure, has nothing to do with the coronavirus. This was written a long time ago. This song is this song can be found on my very first. Look how young I look, you see? That's pretty sad when you think about it, but also not sad, of course. Anyway, this was a record that came out in 1990. Gold Castle Records. That was Danny Goldberg's record label. It was pretty cool, you know. It was a label that it also had all these big folk artists on it, like you know, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and Joan Baez, and Bruce Cockburn. So I felt like I was pretty damn cool. Of course, the label went out of business in about a year right after my record came out. That's okay. No regrets. This song, There Is No Cure, you know, when I wrote it, it's come to mean some very different things over the years, interestingly, these 30 years later. I'll leave you to figure out what it means for you, but... with my amigos, discussing our girls and our egos, last night's dreams and what we know, Eastern thought and the radio. We've begun to see that our dreams can get away from us when once we were so sure tell ourselves that it doesn't really matter, 'cause we know there is no cure. We talked of the homeless on our street, all the new panhandlers at our feet, about Tony's dreams of being a film star, how she's dancing in a topless bar. We've begun to see that our dreams can get away from us when once we were so sure. We tell ourselves that it doesn't really matter, 'cause we know there is no cure. Wind's been strong every night, blow my death ruminations away. Take a walk on Fountain Avenue. Something tells me that for once I cannot let it. Doesn't really matter, 'cause we know there is no cure. There is no cure. There is no cure. Yeah. Thank you very much. I see comments popping up here, but I can't see them because I'm not wearing my glasses that I can see this kind of stuff with. So I'll be reviewing your posts later very carefully, but I can't see them right now. Let me switch guitars here, folks. Getting my Martin guitar here. That is so that I have it in an odd tuning, so I don't have to bore you with the...
People are requesting Istanbul?
Suzanne just poked her head in and said that someone was requesting Istanbul. I wish I could play that. If that was Don requesting it, is Don watching? If it was, then the reason is I can't play it without you, man. And by the way, it's a good time to say thank you to Don and Nina. This is such a cool thing that you guys have put together, and I'm thankful that you had my daughter Cordelia on last.
Don and Nina.
Yeah, my daughter played at the last one, Cordelia, and I'm grateful to be involved in this one. It's a very cool project, so thank you for that, you guys. This next one, okay, well, I haven't gotten to the happy songs yet, but I swear there's going to be one somewhere in the set. This one's called Out of Tune. This is a song that I recorded with my band. Where's the CD here? I had a band together a couple of years ago. It didn't last all that long, but called the Sham Saints. And this was the EP that we made. This song is on there. And all of these songs are available on Spotify if you want to listen to any of them. The only thing you have to know is you have to figure out how to find me. Because like, I've done my very best job of making it difficult for people to find my music online. 2 of the records are under just Darius, and then 2 or 3 of them are Darius Dager, and then there's the ones with the one with the Sham Saints, and then one with my band in Sweden, Burning Bridges. Not to mention the ancient Darius and the Magnets remastered re-release that we just did last year. So you have to kind of, you have to figure out how to find me, but I'm there. So this is called Out of Tune. I wrote this song right after the 2016 election. Wait, this guitar's not as loud. I heard it on the radio today, 1 million people cried. I heard a village washed away and a leader died. Now I wake up in a foreign place where truth's no longer true. Can't seem to read my neighbor's face, I smell an evil brew. I wish I knew how to break this spell, get a talisman and make it well. We sit here watching the world gone wrong, singing the same old song. We're howling up at a blood red moon. Seems like everything's out of tune. I hear the people on the street, it's all about us and them. An angry man is shouting in the wind about building walls again. I wish I knew how to break this spell, get my talisman and make it well. We sit here watching the world gone wrong, singing the same old song. We're howling up at a blood red moon. Seems like everything's out of tune. We were always taught to keep the faith that love is all you need. It's invisible behind the veils of spin and greed. I see the people gathered on a bridge, a huddled mass of fear. They're angry, chanting for a change, then throwing off something dear. I wish I knew how to break this spell, or get a talisman and make it well. We sit here watching the world gone wrong, singing the same old song. We're howling up at a blood red moon. Seems like everything's out of tune. We sit here watching the world gone wrong, singing the same old song. We're howling up at a blood red moon. Seems like everything's out of tune. Yeah. And the bad news, I think, is that it still feels that way. It might feel that way until next November. Of course, the pandemic is not helping either. Out of dirty alleyways, through the shadowlands of a broken Hollywood. The living wasn't easy, and you said you always felt misunderstood. It was always up to you to try to find the positive. I never thought that you would go back. It was always up to you to learn a better way to live. I never thought that you would go back to those skeletons, dear, in the closets with your old fears. Please leave those skeletons there. Underneath the yellow moon of fairy tales and hopeful days, you came to me. But every now and then the cracks would show, and I would see you as a refugee. But it was always up to you to try to find the positive. I never thought that you would go back. It's always up to you to learn a better way to live. I never thought that you would go back to those skeletons, dear, in the closets with your old tears. Please leave those skeletons there. Tempted, even targeted by your former so-called friends. Well, I help you fight those parasites till you decide the way your story ends. But it was always up to you to try to find the positive. I never thought that you would go back. It's always up to you to learn a better way to live. I never thought that you would go back to those skeletons, dear, in the closets with your old tears. Back to those skeletons, dear, in the closets with your old tears. Please leave those skeletons there. Yeah. This next one is about gratitude, and it's called Treasures. Look on the bright side, you're out a ton apart. Yeah, you've seen the rough side, but it's the past, that's all. Now you talk about the things that you want as if they're yours by law. You chasing after treasures you can't seem to grasp, crying in the whining wind. Well, maybe there are treasures you already have, my friend. Yeah, it's a long ride, sometimes it's gonna hurt. You know you can't hide, 'cause it can always get worse. Well, experience can leave you blessed, but also cursed. You're chasing after treasures you can't seem to grasp, crying with a whining wind. Well, maybe there are treasures you already have, my friend. It's like you're trying to get over a pain you've never known, like trying to be the owner of something that was never ever yours to own. You say your family has got checkered history. Well, the perfect family is just a fantasy. You know, there's gonna be some gallows wood in every family tree. You're chasing after treasures you can't seem to grasp, crying with a whining wind. Maybe there are treasures you already have, my friend. You're chasing after treasures you can't seem to grasp, crying with a whining wind. But maybe there are treasures you already have, my friend. Yeah, maybe there are treasures you already have, my friend. Thank you. Okay, this here next song is it's called Only Art to Me. It's about this is about the process, I guess, of turning experience into art. You know, we people who make things, we live and then we experience things, and they kind of get made into art somehow, and it's a pretty mysterious kind of a process, that. But this song has a kind of takes a sort of lighter look at it. You know, so the guy is looking at, finds a photograph of this girl that he used to know, and it inspires him to think about what she means to him in the present day. She was a redhead, her sister was a deadhead. She was kind of funny, always hiding her money. Oh, the days we had, it was like a roller coaster. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. She said she'd once been a sailor, she lived in a trailer, thought she could sing the Delta blues. I never saw her wear shoes. Oh, the days we had, it was like a roller coaster. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. The light was perfect, that shade on one side of her brow, in black and white film. Well, it looks like a masterpiece now. Now I just can't remember if it was June or September, and I know it seems a little lame, but I can't recall her name. Oh, the days we had, it was like a roller coaster. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. She was flesh and blood, now she's only art to me. Yeah, she was flesh and blood, she's only art to me. Yeah. Get my other guitar back. Now, I don't know what time it is, but it doesn't matter. I'm last, right? I can just go as long as I want to. So, I'll play a few more songs for you. I've got 5 or 6 more on this set list I wrote out. Are you still there? Let's see what I'm going to do for you guys. Oh, yeah. Hey, this is not a sad song. This one's called The Gas Station Lady, and this is a song that's kind of based on a sort of a true story, where I'm driving out in the middle of nowhere and meet this woman in the gas station. Hence the title, The Gas Station Lady. I was headed down the dust on old Highway 71, where the rustling cottonwoods throw dapples from the sun. I pulled in for some gas, I went inside to pay. Well, the woman working there had something to say. Well, I paid her for the gas. She looked me in the eye. She said, "You ain't going nowhere. Don't you even try." She said she'd tell me a tale that would gray my hair. She said, "You better listen well. You better get a chair." The gas station lady's been to Area 51. She says the aliens took her son. It was on a desert night in a limpid moonless sky when a speeding purple light caught young Ned's eye. The next thing that she knew, they were pulled through a vacuum gate. Before she could catch her breath, they were hurtling through space. The gas station lady's got a UFO tattoo. She says the aliens did that too. The gas station lady's sure been through a lot. The gas station lady swears that she is not as crazy as I think. Well, they ran a lot of tests on her, made her feel like a laboratory rat, and then they had their way with her. She was pregnant soon after that. She misses her son Ned, hadn't seen him since. She reckons he's become a famous starship prince. The gas station lady's got a baby in her womb. She'll have an alien love child soon. The gas station lady's been to Area 51. She says the aliens took her son. The gas station lady's got a UFO tattoo. She says the aliens did that too. Yeah. This next one is a cover song. It's a standard that I don't know. I found myself playing the other day because it reminded me of the situation that we're in now with this pandemic, and goes out to my friends in New York, in Italy, Spain, places that have been hit hard by this thing. You know, there are people out protesting. Even in our little town here, there was a bunch of people out last weekend protesting, we want to go out surfing, open up the government. And I think the reason those people are able to do that is because they haven't, seen it close up. Because when you see these, nurses and doctors who are in the emergency rooms where, they're actually dealing with this shit, they look pretty flustered. So I think that, it's kind of like people here in Southern California saying, yeah, hurricanes are no big deal. Because we don't have any hurricanes, right? So, I think about, this song, I'm thinking about people in New York. This is St. James Infirmary. I went down, was down at old Joe's bar room on the corner, They were serving drinks as usual, and the usual crowd was there. On my left stood Big Joe McKennedy. His eyes were bloodshot red. He turned to the gang around him. These were the very words he said. I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there, laid out on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. 17 cold black horses hitched to a rubber-tied hack. 7 girls gone to the graveyard, only 6 of them are coming back. She was taken by the virus that's been going around, catching after her oxygen till she finally made no sound. Let her go, God bless her, wherever she may be. I might search this wide world over, never find another gal for me. I went down to St. James Infirmary, saw my baby there, laid out on a long white table, so young, so cold, so fair. Yeah, so there you have it. While on the subject, or that song makes me think about New Orleans because, you know, Louis Armstrong made it popular way back when. So I want to do a song that's it's written about my grandfather. It's set in New Orleans. I wrote it for my grandfather. His name was John. I never met him. The song is called Hey John. Oh, wait, let me get my F harp here. F harp, it's my favorite harp. Saddest of all harps. You knew there'd be a Spinal Tap reference at some point, right? But it is my favorite harp because it has this note in it. It's a very low, sweet harp. This is Hey John. Nine years old when the blood ran down, raiders came to his old town. Folks hid him and sent him west, he'd never see them again. In the spring of 1885, the boy was only half alive when the steamer drifted to a stop, the docks of New Orleans. wharfland life, the stevedores, the way of the knife. Spoken improvised patois and learned to parler anglais. Hiding out French Quarter fairs, scavenging French Quarter fare, sticking out at Congo Square, shrouded in the killing thrill of the bamboola going down. They said, hey, John, hey, John, nothing left to lose, nothing more to leave behind. Hey, John. The ladies only teased in fun down at the house of the rising sun. Took 'em under protective wing, especially Madame Rose. He'd wait to hear the Creole beat, hiding out on Basin Street. Came to feel American in the cities of the dead. They said, hey, John, hey, John, nothing left to lose, nothing more to leave behind. Hey, John. Mississippi fields, peddling trinkets, making deals with the sharecroppers and the ways who traded in the blues. He came to lose his southern drawl, forgot about the Mardi Gras, settled in a northern town and never ever really looked back. Now we say, hey, John, hey, John, nothing left to lose, nothing more to leave behind. Hey, John. Yeah. So what time is it anyway? Can I... all right, I got time for a few more. He said without knowing what time it was at all. I think I want to play you a song called Echo Effects. This one is, this is my most, by far, streamed song on Spotify. And I have no idea where it's streamed. It's weird because on my BMI accountings of it.
10:05.
Thank you. It has all of these thousands of streams all over the world. It's really interesting. But Spotify, on Spotify, it doesn't list, it lists fewer than 1,000 streams. So I get paid for it, but Spotify doesn't seem to know about it. It's a great mystery. And that's fine. But it's a song about watching TV. Well, really, it's about karma. It's about karma. And the song is called Echo Effects. Everything kind of comes back, you know. When you're a musician, music producer, you think of this in terms of echo effects. That's why I've been corrupted by my art. Wrong harmonica. Remember where we were. Harmonicas are like that. You have to have the one in the right key. Tons of space junk and satellites overhead. Flotsam and jetsam where the whales are dead. The doomsday clock reads 5 minutes to midnight. Televangelist cries in a spectacle of light. In the face of this glory train, I sit here a mannequin, 'cause I can't feel it. It's like helium. It's out of my sight. It's off of my chest. I know there'll be echo effects. There's knuckleball strikes and grandma disease. Outmoded theories and general malaise. There's war in the East and talk of crusades. Advertisements for drugs and junk food parades. In the face of this glory train, I stand here a mannequin. I can't feel it. It's like helium. It's out of my sight. It's off of my chest. I know there'll be echo effects. Transient regrets and political chatter. Nights in hotels wondering if anything matters. What I should have said, oh what I should have said. A blue balloon escapes overhead. In the face of this glory train, I stand here a mannequin. 'Cause I can't feel it. It's like helium. It's out of my sight. It's off of my chest. But I know there'll be echo effects. Okay. Hey, I told you there'd be a happy song coming along. This is, well, it's not a happy song, but it's a song with it's happy for, for me. It's a song with a positive message, is what I mean to say. This song is called The Chosen Ones. This is another one from that very first record of mine, Cardboard Confessional. And it's just about how we're all the same. Under crescent cross or star, I feel I haven't got a prayer. The fairy tale inspection team is painfully aware that on highways, sea and railroad track, or through the dirty air, behind ramparts built of people's fears, they hide the truth with care. Crow and condor can't forget their method to be free, and the blindest that can see all the water is holy. All the people are the chosen ones. Water walkers, garbage men, and astronauts above can perceive the remnants of a vast diluted love. Cobra charmers, TV stars, mendacious millionaires. Auto workers clearly see all the water is holy. All the people are the chosen ones. In a greasy urban restaurant, I saw an old man cry. Silver tears on charcoal cheeks, I had to ask him why. Weary featured waitress filled his cup with more coffee, turned his head and spoke to me. He said, all the water is holy. All the people are the chosen ones. You see, I told you there would be something uplifting eventually. Okay, I'm going to play one more song. Beautiful people. If anybody's still out there, I really appreciate you listening, and it's just great to know that folks listen when you're playing. I got to tell you. So this last one is called USA-Mexico Borderline. This is another song that was written about 30 years ago. And somehow it's like just as relevant as it was then. You know, like the things that I'm complaining about in the song I thought, if you had asked me back then, in 1990, you know, how long these issues would continue, I'm sure I would have said, oh, I'm sure we'll sort this out in 10 years or whatever. But here we are 30 years later, and the lyrics just, they talk about today just as much as they did 1990. This one, by the way, is, where's my, this is on my Garage Sale of the Soul. This was a Darius record, not a Darius Vega record. Garage Sale of the Soul. It's my worst album cover probably of the lot. But, you know, I mean, the photograph is good. My friend Eric took the photograph. The photograph is cool, but I don't know what I did with the, whatever. I didn't know about fonts and things, and that was the first one I made by myself, a self-released record. And I was still learning about these things. Anyway, I want to say, before I leave y'all with this song, I want to say thanks again to Nina for all of her hard work putting this thing together, and cheers to all my friends out there. Love to you. Yeah, great Sequester Fest. This is USA-Mexico borderline. Where the first world meets the third in a double collision, where the rich world meets the poor in a head-on crash. Carlos says a prayer, sweet Maria holds his mother's rosary and cleans the dumpster of its sticky trash. You never think to complain, seems he's got so much to gain along the USA-Mexico borderline. Along the USA-Mexico borderline. From a corporate farm in California's Central Valley to a greenhouse job, a restaurant in Beverly Hills. Well, ICE can pick him up, send him home, he'll be back tomorrow. His employers want him back, they like his wage, his dedication, his skills. He'd never think to complain, seems he's got so much to gain along the USA-Mexico borderline. Along the USA-Mexico borderline. San Isidro, Indio, Calexico, Brawley, El Centro, LA, Nogales, Las Cruces in New Mexico, El Paso and Brownsville on the Rio Grande. When there's work to be done involving pesticides or asbestos, and the local guys know that it's time to find someplace else to go. Well, if Carlos knows the risks, he don't show it. He's got no rights, too much to lose in any case. He can never say no. Come on, Cordelia. He'd never think to complain. Seems he's got so much to gain along the USA-Mexico borderline. Along the USA-Mexico borderline. That's my beautiful young, now blonde, suddenly blonde daughter, Cordelia. By the way, you know, she and my other daughter, Cleopatra, they have a new record out. The group is called Stark Shay, and the song is We Begin Again. It's just being released, like the video, I posted the video last week, but the song's actually going to be released this coming Wednesday. So check them out too. Anyway, thank you everybody. Love to you. Cheers.